Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for your Chelsea versus Brighton preview. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes and subscribe. Now let's get straight into it because there's a lot to discuss. There's a little bit of news circulating in corners, and I thought let's just scrabble it all together, put it in one little scoop of a video. Of course, we're mainly addressing the match. I don't think any of these things deserve their own video as of yet, but they're rumours, they're circulating. They're tumbleweed in the wind, and yeah, I think it's about time that we discuss some of these things. And I mean, one of the headline topics from today is obviously Levi Colwill, who is a Brighton player, will not play in this match, thankfully. He is what we all knew he would be, or at least we should have last summer when we spoke about, and when I had a panic attack almost on this channel speaking about this guy potentially leaving, because obviously, we were looking to bring in lots more senior options at centre-back. We were going after loads of left-side centre-backs. We were looking like we were going to part ways with this talent. And on the cusp of an England place as well, before his injury, he's been definitely impressing at Brighton. And it's no surprise that now, reportedly, the Manchester Cities, the Liverpools are keeping close eyes on him. And it opens up this wider conversation about how many young players are we actually going to sign, and how many young players are we going to sign that therefore block young players that we've already signed. You look at someone like a Carney Chukwuemeka who can't get any game time. Lampard did say in his presser that hopefully he expects to give people a chance that have not been given chances against Wolves or Real Madrid. Hopefully Carney is one of those players. But how many players are we going to sign that are going to block off other players that we've signed? Example, Gavi. We've been linked, fairly reportedly. Gavi is a target, right? He could be going on a free from Barcelona. There's a whole situation of, issues of registration and whatnot over there. That could be a little snippet, a little bargain for an 18-year-old talent. But why am I not particularly gassed unless, of course, Enrique comes and absolutely demands this is one of the players he needs to put in? Of course, this could be a replacement for Mason Mount. Of course, this could be a replacement for Conor Gallagher. But the midfield is already overloaded. What about Carney Chukwuemeka? What about Andre Santos? What about these guys? It feels like as if, we're signing this kid and then we're signing another kid and we've forgotten about the kid that we signed a couple of kids ago. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You sign Fofana, you have Broja, now you're looking at maybe Victor Roque. I think Victor Roque for Brazil under 20s, obviously we've been linked to him as well, apparently leading the chase. But listen, I can neither confirm nor deny. It's just reports, it's just rumours. I think he's the most talented out of the Fofanas and the Armando Brojas. But again, it leads to the question, are we just going to keep stockpiling talent? I seen that we were scouting a Monaco defender. Again, probably a talent. I've not watched him, but we just signed Badiashile. We have Fofana. We have Levi Colwill coming through. How many players? Ian Matson is a great example. Again, blocked by Cucurella potentially. How many young players are we going to stockpile? And how many times are we going to stockpile young players and then actually hamper the development of these young players because they're being stockpiled and because they can't get any minutes, any regular opportunities, and of course they can't play their natural positions? We're seeing, Carney come and play left wing against City. He's meant to be playing in midfield. We're seeing it time and time again, players being misprofiled, played out of position, just put any way, shape or form in any old position, any way we can get them in. And that's poor management, that's poor development. And we keep aspiring to, take these talents before they blow and before they, reach a status where the price tag is 100 million. The reason why they get to that point, the reason why they get to that 100 million price tag is because they've actually had a development plan, because they've actually been given minutes, because they've actually had a clear A to B to C route to success and route to development. If we are going to stockpile them and we're not going to develop them, and we're not going to, this is why getting an elite manager, a coach is critical, then these young players that we've invested in, they're not going to do anything. One of the midfielders I forgot was Quesadilla. That's what I call him, Quesadilla. Quesadilla on loan at Reading. You remember the Italian midfielder we signed? Yum. Where's the room for him? Do we even remember his name? Does anybody even remember him? Or am I just, there's a few people, I remember we signed that guy for like 20 million from I remember that guy. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying. So yeah, it's a madness. We need to calm it down a little bit, take it back some notches. But moving on. So that's my kind of spiel on the youngsters. And like I said, in terms of Gavi, is he a special talent? Is he young? Yes. Has he got potential? Yes. But it's not something where I'd be losing my nut over it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be focusing on, what we have and trying to apply pressure in the areas that we need to actually improve, like the key positions of goalkeeper, of striker, of DM, and then going from there. But anyway, so we move. Brighton. Chelsea versus Brighton. Like I said, it's been alluded to us that Frank Lampard plans on changing this team, rotating this team. I hope he doesn't rotate the system in too much, because I do believe that right now the three at the back is just something that we should just pursue to the end of the season. If you want to go back to a 4, then by all means, fair enough, go for it. But against a Brighton team that are well drilled, that systematically know exactly what they're doing under De Zerbi, do we really want to take that risk and again flip between formations with a couple of days in between the games? We could get undone and unstuck. This is a game where, funnily enough, I actually believe Brighton actually are favourites. You're going to take that maybe a little bit to heart, Chelsea fans. I'm sure you probably agree with me if you've been watching us this season. They're probably favourites. You know, they're playing very well. They're in 7th. They lost last weekend undeservedly. They didn't deserve to lose to Tottenham 2-1 there in that fixture. There was a lot of fugazi refereeing decisions going against them. The likes of Matoma, who got a goal chalked off that left-hand side. Reece James was not at his brilliant best against Real Madrid. Fofana was booked early. Matoma's going to cause problems on that side for sure if they're not up to their standards. You've got March. I mean, we literally lost to this team 4-1 at the Amex. I don't think I even need to convince you guys about the quality that this team have already shown and that they can produce. Casado, someone we was looking at in January. McAllister, like I said, and Dunk. You know, these guys are very good. You know, they handle their business. They know exactly what they need to do in this system. De Zerbi's got them playing at an even higher level than Potter had them playing at. A lot of Brighton fans attest to it. And for us, you know, I'm expecting Brighton to come with a 4-2-3-1. That expected lineup will be there. And for me, it's tough because, like I said, the situation that we're in right now is that we don't have a top coach. So we are just kind of going on vibes. And unfortunately, there is no vibes at the moment. We're yet to get vibes. We got a few more vibes in the Real Madrid game with that 10 minutes. Hopefully we can get 20 minutes, 25 minutes, like I said in the review. And like I said, I'd like to see some fresh faces in that team at a bare minimum to try and give it a little kickstart and try and, you know, at least show the regular starters that, listen, your place is completely on the line here until the end of the season unless you buck up your ideas. I think Mendy's got to come back in goal. Kepa for that Asensio goal. We know that Kepa can concede from distance. It's nothing new. It's no new information whatsoever. It happens. And, you know, this guy is not worth the wage that he's picking up. Regardless of any good form that he's had, he is a player that is on way too much money, on like 190k a week, I think it is, or something like that, or 180 or whatever it is. And for the cost as well. We need to be trying to part ways and bring in a new goalkeeper. Everybody can see that. Mendy, a little bit more cost effective, but again, we'll see what he does when he comes back into the team. He's probably not the sharpest at the moment, but he's got to come in. If I'm going with my team, which is a 3 at the back, I'm going Silva in the middle. I'm going with Fofana on the right, and I'm going with Badiashile on the left. It would be nice to maybe get Trevor Chalobah some minutes if they would like to rest Silva for Real Madrid, which I am not opposed to. Not that I believe that we can really come back in the Madrid game anyway, but if you want to rest Thiago Silva and you want to give Trevor Chalobah that start in the middle, again, no qualms with Badiashile, Trevor Chalobah in the middle and Fofana on the right. I'm happy with both. Both are available. And of course, Koulibaly is out for this game and the Real Madrid game. That's the latest team news as well. On the wing-back positions, I'd be going with Reece James and I'd be going with Chilwell. And then obviously, you know, some may say maybe a Loftus-Cheek could come in at this position at this moment. I'd be sticking to Reece James personally. But there's a lot of talk about Reece James and the performance against Real Madrid, and maybe he should just go for surgery like Kante did and actually just write the season off. I am not opposed to that. I think this season is so finished, so washed, so rubbished that if Reece James needs surgery and you can go and set him off to the side and prolong his career and, you know, fix his injury issues and make him less injury prone with that surgery and actually get him back on track, brother, send that man to wherever. Is it America the doctor is? Where's the doctor? Send him in the ambulance ASAP. 999. I will dial it now. Send that man not to the NHS, underfunded. Send him wherever you need to send him. We can afford it. Pay for this man. I want this man to be fixed, healed. Yeah, no juju nonsense. Some serious stuff. So yeah, get it done. If that's the case, I'd love to see it, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek would fill in at right wing back to the end of the season. And then obviously in midfield, I'd go back to a 2-3 up front. We're not going to go completely defensive in a 3-5-2. I'm not as shook of Brighton as I was of Real Madrid. It's close though. It's close. In midfield, I think Enzo and Kante. Listen, Kovacic did not have a good game at all against Real Madrid. He keeps getting linked with moves away as well in the summer. Who knows if he's even going to stay. Enzo and Kante are the best midfielders at the club currently. Go with both of them. It's not the perfect balance, but listen, it will do. It'll do, donkey. And we got a 3 at the back, hopefully, to protect them. And this is why I'm still sticking to the 3 at the back, is I don't trust that midfield balance. Now, if you're going to start Zakaria, then I would play with the 4, because then I think you can go with a 4. You can pull Zakaria into that holding midfield role. Kante and Enzo as your 8s. Then you can release them. And then you can go with your back 4, and you can go with potentially a Badiashile and a Fofana, and then a Reece James and a Chilwell. That back 4, and then a 3, and then the 3 up top, regardless of the formation. I would be looking at going with Mason Mount, if it's a 3 at the back, with him, you know, playing in those inverted attacking positions. I'd be looking at going up top, Aubameyang. That's right. Yep. Damn right. It feels weird saying it, but this team needs goals, and I've had quite enough. I've had quite enough of the missed chances now, and I'm tired. I'm sick of it. What we saw in the last... We haven't scored a goal in 4 games. If that is not a time to absolutely fire the rocket up someone's arse, I don't know when it is. 4 games with no goal. This is historic. This is groundbreaking. I think this takes us to the 90s. Some year in the 90s. I ain't even got the statistic because it's going way back. You know, we're talking about world wars and whatnot. It's mad if we want to go that far back. So just know that this is unprecedented and it's disgraceful, and we need a goal. And I'm willing to absolutely bench the attack just to get them understanding that this is not acceptable. I don't care if you've been malnourished and you haven't maybe had the opportunities to get as many chances as you need to score. You need to be scoring a goal now. Like 4 games with no goal is a damn right disgrace. So I'm going to go Mount. I'm going to go Aubameyang, because obviously, if you remember back to AC Milan, these two actually did play together way back when under Potter, when we was going for our decent form, and you know, something was cooking. And then in the final, you know, for the final 3rd player, I'm leaving Felix out of this. I'm leaving Kai Havertz out of this. I'm leaving, you know, all of these guys out of this. And I'm going to throw in, it's time to throw in, for me, Madueke. Because this guy, when I've seen him, he looks positive, he looks confident, he looks direct. I just don't understand why he can't get opportunities. The fact that he's been neglected and just left out of the team, I don't get it. Same way I don't get Badiashile not playing in the Premier League, but I really don't get Madueke not even coming off the bench. And this guy, successful take-ons wise, dribbles completed, he shows up. I'm not saying that he's the finished product, that his finishing is, you know, elite level, which is why I'd like to play him off the left-hand side, favouring on his left foot, kind of like a Leroy Sané at Manchester City type situation. If you've got Chilwell running around the outside, then fantastic. If you've got Chilwell making the inverted runs, then he can pull off to the left and stretch the pitch, give that width and cross the ball in. I just want to see him get an opportunity. I really think we're almost neglecting this guy at this point. And in terms of the bench, I mean, the Mudryks, the Carney Chukwuemeka's, please give them some minutes off the bench. Even if you want to go as far to take it as a Lewis Hall, I'm here for it. You know, give these guys opportunities if you can, because we're not picking up the wins regardless at the moment. I still want to win the game, but I definitely don't want to not win the game and not give these guys opportunities, because I feel like that's just 2 birds, 1 stone. And, you know, both birds are dead. So that's my team. That is my team. It's tough to pick a team right now because you do want to see fresh faces. You do know that maybe ripping up the entire starting 11 out of anger and dismay will definitely not help. But I definitely want to leave the Sterlings, the Felixes, the Havertzes out for a second. I just need a breath of fresh air. I really do. A recognised number 9 and somebody that I know that can finish. And yeah, Madueke and Mount, and just rejuvenate it a little bit, give it a bit of fresh legs. So that's the team that I'm going with, people. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Big up your damn selves. My prediction is 1-1, and that's me being nice, okay? That's me being nice. So we'll leave it at that before I change my mind. In a bit, people. Peace.